You are watching Co-op for Two. I'm Jesse. I'm here with Greg.
Thanks for having me on your channel.
And this is our Before You Buy It episode for Marvel United, which will hopefully answer the question, should you buy Marvel United?
Okay, so in Marvel United, you're going to be one of the 6 included heroes, which each has a really wonderful looking miniature. And they're miniatures and heroes that are like sort of familiar to you from the movies or maybe the comics. Each of them is also going to have their own deck of cards, which will include some different cards so that that character has a slight different feeling than the other heroes. You're also going to pick one of the included villains. This game has Red Skull, Taskmaster, and Ultron. And each of the villains is going to have their own little dashboard, their own deck of cards, and a separate deck of threat cards, which will be placed on different locations around the board so that their deck is going and being different, and then also their threat cards are giving you a different experience so that it has a good flavor to it. During the game, you're going to be playing cards from your deck into a tableau, and your teammate, you'll play a card and you will activate your icons to do various things, and then your teammate will then go, and when they play a card, they'll activate the icons on the bottom of their card, and they'll also get to do the icons on the bottom of your card. So it creates a very good sense of teamwork and some planning. Also, as you can see here, the characters may have special powers that are thematic to that character. Over the course of the game, you'll be saving civilians, knocking out thugs. You'll be completing various tasks. If you complete tasks, you'll get different abilities from the locations that you were able to take the crisis away from. And then eventually, when you complete some of these objectives, 2 of the 3 objectives, you'll be able to then directly attack the villain, reducing its life to 0, and then that will end up in a victory for the players. The game also has some expansions that are available or coming to be available to provide more a variety for your gameplay.
Yeah, so let me talk a little bit about who this might be for. It's clearly a mass-marketed game designed for beginning gamers or families. Would be great for a family. Definitely some real strategic decisions. It's fast to set up, it's fast to play, but you could absolutely play it with kids, with mixed groups of skill levels. It has some real strategic depth, some real strategic questions, but also it's very elegant, very streamlined. The decisions are very clean, and as Greg pointed out, the teamwork happens on every turn, every action, and it's very satisfying to work together. It does feel like a consumable game in that it's not going to offer a rich depth that if you would want to play it over and over and over again. So you'll play through these villains and combinations of heroes, but then you might tire of it unless you're a little kid, and you might want more expansions, which there are lots of on Kickstarter, but they start to get a little expensive. For me, I'd say if you want a fast, quick game with some interesting strategic decisions, some nice pacing, it is a good game. I liked it a lot. It's doesn't satisfy the deep desire for a deep, heavy, rich game, but the thematics are there. If you like this theme, I would recommend it.
I enjoyed it as well. I think it's a very fun game. It's very fast, which are both 2 really good combos, and I think it's good for non-gamers, younger audience, families, and for gamers, as Jesse said, it's a little more consumable because you can't get a lot out of it, but for what it is, it's a great filler game as well.
And the base box is cheap. It's like $30.
So the price point's good.
If you're a millionaire, you want to spend $300, there's enough to buy. You could spend hundreds of dollars on it. So
if you want to see more about this, we have a very long discussion about the game. If you'd like a more in-depth look at it,
maybe after you buy it, after you play it, and you want to just hear and think about it more, we've got a big long discussion,
or some playthroughs of the various scenarios you can see on the channel as well.
And our Kickstarter, if you're watching this before the latest Kickstarter, we're going to review the Kickstarter and look at it. You can watch that too.
You should buy it. Well, thanks for joining us for this first ever quick should you buy review.
Before you buy it, you said I was supposed to call it. not should you buy it.
Thanks for joining us. The box includes Ultron, Red Skull, and Taskmaster.